Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror and sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now today, I will be welcoming one of my newer friends on Facebook that is a huge fan of horror and pop culture and movies and the 80s in general. Her name is Lisa Perez. We've been friends on Facebook probably about 2 or 3 years now, and she's always making me laugh out loud. She posts the most disgusting, dark, inappropriate memes and jokes on Facebook, and she is just so fucking hilarious. And she asked me to do a PG-13 rated show today, so I will. And I can't wait to have her on. And she's got this aura about her, this kind heart, and it's going to be great to get into the depths of her heart and see what makes her tick. And she will receive that as well, and I can't wait. The first show of February. I just cannot tell you how happy I am. This is going to be a lot of fun. I can't believe how fast January went, and it's going to be fun. That's all I can describe it in this crazy world we're living in right now with this pandemic, which I'm just hoping that will be over pretty soon because I miss life. I feel like I'm in the movie Groundhog Day, waking up doing the same thing every day over and over and over, and it's just driving me nuts. Anyways, here is my interview with Lisa Perez.
Hello?
Hey, hola, chica.
Sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay. Stuff happens all the time.
Especially on the first of the month, everybody wants their money.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, I'm glad we could finally make this happen.
Okay, so how does this go? Are you doing it live right now, or do you edit, or what do you do?
Pre-recorded. I don't really edit anymore because YouTube Studio sucks now.
No.
But welcome to the show, Lisa. I'm so glad that we could finally make this happen. We've been Facebook friends for what, 2 or 3 years now?
I think so.
Yeah, because I would say probably about 2 or 3 years. People are always friend requesting me, and I'm always thinking, oh, are they fans of my show, or are they just creepy stalkers, and all of that stuff. I probably thought that about you at the time. I don't know, but
Actually, I think you friend requested me, so
maybe I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know. It's so hazy in my mind. But I immediately fell in love with your sick sense of humor.
Yes. Most people love that about me.
Yes.
Except my kids. Whatever.
But let's go back. I mean, you're from Texas, right?
Yes.
Yeah, born and raised there.
Yes. San Antonio.
San Antonio,
The Alamo.
the Alamo.
The
So
Alamo, yeah.
yeah, so I mean, were you into nerd stuff at an early age?
Yeah, always. I used to, well, this is stupid. I used to get the TV guide, and I used to mark down everything I wanted to watch. It
Yeah.
was so funny.
Do you
Yeah.
remember the first movie you ever saw?
Mm, Not really the first. I know, I used to go to the drive-in a
Mm-hmm.
lot, and I watched, Nightmare on Elm Street I think it was part 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there. I just love horror movies.
Yeah. The first horror movie I ever saw was The Shining, and I was only a year old. I don't remember seeing it at that age, but my parents told me it just scared the shit out of me. And I remember actually watching it, being cognizant seeing it when I was 7, and actually loved it. It just, all the fear went away by the time I was 7.
Yeah, that's it's a really good movie to watch, but it's like real hard sometimes too.
It
It's
can
like,
be.
yeah, like I know they said like people threw up in the auditorium when it first came out. People
Oh
were
yeah.
like they couldn't even stay till the end to finish watching it. That's how bad it was.
Oh yeah.
But now lately you watch TV and movies and it's like everything's like that now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm so glad the drive-ins are coming back. I haven't been to one since 2000. The last movie I saw at the drive-in was Nutty Professor 2: The Clumps.
Oh, that's a long time ago. The
Yeah.
last movie I saw at the drive-in was a double feature with Deborah Foreman, Valley Girl, and what was it? Valley Girl and April Fool's Day, and I got to meet her.
Really? How was that experience?
It was really good. It's fun. Well, my kids like they're too small. They've never been to the drive-in. Only my oldest son has been, so it was different for them. They still had to stay inside the car. Really couldn't do much, but I mean, she had like the question and answers and stuff, we were able to get off and go up closer to her and stuff. She
I
answered her questions. She liked to take pictures of the. She took off her mask. She's like, no, nobody should be having to wear a mask all the time. It's bad for you. So it was
wow.
pretty cool.
'Cause I've had a bad experience with her trying to get her on the show and stuff, and I've talked to a few people who've worked with her. They said, "Yeah, she's challenging." So, yeah.
She actually lives here in San Antonio.
Oh, she does?
Yes, she does. She moved here.
Huh, I did not know that. Yeah. Yeah, so like and then like Nightmare on Elm Street 3 was like my first like introduction to like the slasher genre, and the scene where Philip turns into a puppet, that scene just fucked me up when I was a kid. It scared me.
I love that scene.
It's the best. Yeah. And
Have
I'm
you interviewed any of them?
oh, most of them. Jennifer Rubin played Taryn. She's a very good friend of mine. Um, Clayton Landy, Ken Sagos, Ira Hayden, and I think that's it for that one. But for the other sequels, yeah, I've interviewed plenty of people from those.
They all seem like real down to earth people. Like they love their fans and stuff.
The Friday the 13th people, I have to say, they are very humble and they laugh out loud at the success of the franchise. They don't take it seriously at all. Whereas the Nightmare on Elm Street people, some of them have a real resentment towards the franchise because they've had probably a lot more stalkers than the Jason people have, and they've tried so hard to break out of the horror genre and do other things, and it's really tough, you know. And yeah, I mean, some of them are really great, decent people, I have to say.
Any bad experiences with any of them?
Um, yeah, a couple here. We don't really need to go into those though, but I'll tell you this though. Jennifer, though, oh my God, she is hilarious and she is a lot of fun, and she likes to smoke weed, and oh my God, just she is just
Jennifer.
Jennifer Rubin. Yeah, she's
Okay.
a character, and we text every now and then and stuff, and I just love her. I love her like a big sister. But yeah, that was like my introduction to the slasher films. You know, I had already seen, mild horror films like Night of the Living Dead and Ghostbusters and Night of the Comet, Gremlins before that. You know,
Yeah.
um,
Uh,
would you say you're a horror fan more than anything else?
uh, it's mostly like 80s horror that
Mm-hmm.
I'm like really obsessed with. Some of the horror that they're coming out with now, I really don't care for too much of it. Certain things. I know there's like a lot of the Indiegogo funds and stuff for different, well, newer movies. that
Mm-hmm.
fan made movies and stuff.
Right.
Um, I did help out with the 13 Fanboy that's going to be coming out. Deborah's trying to shoot for August 13th,
Mm-hmm.
which will be on a Friday the 13th
Right.
this year. Everything has been pushed back because of COVID. Um,
Everything's been pushed back. Yeah.
yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm hoping that happens soon because I am in it in a couple of scenes. Well, hopefully I don't get cut out, but
Yeah.
I went to New Mexico to go and be a part of it. You know,
I'm still bitter I didn't
so
get to be a part of it, other than I contributed and my name will be in the credits, but I really wanted a role in it so badly.
yeah. I mean, it was fun. I met like so many different people. I met well, I had met CJ Graham before, but
Yeah.
to really get like to spend time, talking to them and Dee Wallace,
Oh, love D.
Jimmy Harrison, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, oh yeah. She was cool. I mean, I was surprised she had her mouth on her,
Oh yes,
like
D
a
has a
sailor.
D has a potty mouth. Oh my God, I have
I
witnessed it.
loved it.
Yes, I have witnessed it to extremes, and you know, we can do a podcast interview, right? And she will go a while without swearing, but when she does, it's the funniest thing in the world.
I loved it. I
She said
wasn't expecting it.
she said to me last time, she was like, we're talking about how everyone is a contradiction, right? And she said something like, I say, love yourself, love the people around you, but I also say, fuck everybody. It was pretty damn funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
I, I, j- I, I got into the horror scene. I mean, I've been a horror fan my whole life, but when I really got into the scene was 5 years ago, following my car accident while I was in the recovery process. Um, I went to my first Comic Con in March 2016 and just fell in love with it right away. And went to my first HorrorCon, Monster Palooza in Pasadena, um, that April. And the funny thing is, me and my friend, we were scheduled to go to LA for 8 days, and we didn't have anything planned the first day we got there, which was Sunday. And I was like, do we go to the hotel, and waste time, or do we actually do something the first day? Because we were going to be on the road from San Francisco to Pasadena for 6 hours. So I'm trying to figure out what we can do, and then Catherine Mary Stewart announces that she'll be at Monster Palooza in Pasadena the 22nd to the 24th of April. And I was like, we should go that Sunday since it's the last day and we're going to be there. We're going to be getting there. So that's what we did. So that was my first horror convention. Meeting her and Kelly Maroney was just a freaking dream. And they're just great ladies. Um, Met them. I met a couple other people who have been guests and become really good friends of mine, like Kathleen Kinmont, and God, so many people. And it was a great experience. And now I've been to many of them leading up to the pandemic. There's a lot of things I'm critical about though in the horror convention scene. Like just how people are under contract to to treat people a certain way at a certain con because they don't want the flow of traffic. They want the line to keep moving. I'm critical of stuff like that and lots of other stuff, but for the most part, I like the
Yeah.
horror scene.
Yeah, you're talking about like how they rush you sometimes. And you don't really like you're spending good money on on an autograph, and
Exactly.
you expect some kind of banter between each other. Um,
Exactly.
yeah, I noticed that too. But most of them, I mean, like most of the ones that we've gone to, they've been really nice. Tom Stanley, he loves talking to people. Like he'll talk your ear off. And Robert Englund was like
Oh,
that too.
Robert Englund. I met him at a Comic Con in Sacramento um, a couple of years ago, which for some reason they're not doing it in Sacramento anymore. They're doing it strictly in Texas. God, what was the name of it? Oh, Fandemic. It was called Fandemic Comic Con, and they only do it in Texas now. And I met him in Sacramento. I spent almost 2 hours in line waiting to meet him, and I did. And we talked for about 15 minutes because he talks to everybody for like 10 or 15 minutes, and it's so fun. I asked him about the Adventures of Ford Fairlane, where he was the English bad guy. He told me that Billy Idol was originally going to play the role, but he got hurt coincidentally over by Robert's house in Laurel Canyon, and he gave me all these anecdotes and stuff. I enjoyed meeting him a lot, and my profile picture on YouTube is me and him. So
Very cool.
yeah, it's really really cool. I mean, there's good and bad things in the horror scene, but I try to focus on the good mostly. You know, but do you like anything else in any genre?
Mostly, I'm stuck on the '80s. Like my friends tell me, like I am totally stuck in the '80s. Like
Like me?
music-wise, movies. I said because it's the best. I mean, there's like you like I try to give like other things chances and stuff, and it's like, why? Okay, back to my '80s. They never disappoint. You know.
Yeah. When did you start going to conventions though?
2017, I believe.
Oh, you're a late bloomer too.
Yeah, I was. I went to the one. It was called Terracon.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Terracon. It was here in San Antonio. It was right across the street from my work.
Mm-hmm.
I had the day off. I decided to take the kids, and didn't really know what to expect, or it's about
Yeah.
the bracelets and stuff. And I liked that they had like deals, like okay, well, for one paying adult, you get a kid in for free. So I just had to pay for two of us, and then my other two kids got in for free, which I like because I've been to other ones where they charge for everybody,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like it's tough when you're on a budget sometimes because you save money. You look
Mm-hmm.
through who you really want to meet and you save money for that certain person, but then you go and then you're like, oh, well, there's over here and, all this stuff. So what I try to do is I try to get like posters ahead of time, or I try to get like the figures that I have already and take them out so that I can get them signed,
Yeah.
just to try to save some kind of money. Um, During that time, it was good because as soon as we were done, we could go eat at the restaurant I was working at. So it was a really fun day. Everything was like affordable. Robert Englund was actually only $60 for his autograph.
Yeah. Wow. He was $100 when I met him there, and $100 for a photo op, and it was money
Mm-hmm.
well spent. I also got Bruce Campbell's autograph that day. I didn't get a photo op with him, unfortunately. I was going to do it at the next convention he was at of Monster Palooza, but he actually was not taking selfies um,
Yeah.
at that convention because there would have been too many of them, and they had to keep the line moving. So I just got Bruce Campbell's that day. He was like 80, I think. Yeah.
I wanted to get his too, but his line was super long, and I was like, God, I was like, I'm not gonna wait like 2 hours, Especially when you have kids with you, like they don't want to wait in line. They don't really want to walk around, look at, people in their costumes, take pictures. So, I
Yeah.
let them kind of lead which way to go. My son did pay for his own autograph with Ted Ramy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was so nervous. He gave him an extra $20, and the lady goes, "What's this for?" I go, "I don't know. Maybe he's tipping y'all. I don't know." And she gave it right back to him, and he's like shaking. He took a picture with him and stuff, and
Oh.
he was like, "Oh, come on, come on." But my son loves him. He loves all the Evil Dead movies,
Yeah.
even the TV show. He's watched it so many times. Ash versus Evil Dead.
Yep.
Yeah.
I spent also 2.5 hours waiting for Pee Wee Herman 2 years ago, and that was great too. Um, he and we talked and stuff because we actually have some mutual friends that I've interviewed and stuff, and he was really nice. And it's really tough for me to wait in line for 2.5 hours because I have metal in my leg from my car accident, and it can just get, oh my god, just really really
Swelled up.
exhausting. swells up. It just, I have arthritis, and it can just be really, really painful.
Yeah, I bet. I
Yeah.
actually sawed off my cast. I broke my leg. I sawed off my cast maybe like 3 months later because I needed to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know I was limping around being a shot girl, and my leg was so big at the end of the night.
Well, you do know when you do that, you're risking a blood clot.
Well, I was in my 20s. I didn't care. I needed to make money. Single mom, I had to make the money.
Were you in the prostitution business?
Oh, no, just only shots.
So, what do you do for a living?
Right now, I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Uh huh.
Yep. I did work in the restaurant business for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Bartending, doing private parties, waiting on tables, you name it.
Wow.
I actually missed it though.
Nice. Yeah,
Missed it. Yeah.
yeah, I spent years doing retail. I was a bouncer in several bars. I became a security guard for a brief time. I was a security guard at this college, this junior college in the Bay Area. It was really preppy. It was great for about 6 weeks, and then when the kids came back after summer, oh god, it just went straight to hell. Um, they all have the attitude of the rules apply to everyone but me, and I got into a big dispute with this one girl who would not leave the gym after 9 o'clock, and it's supposed to be locked at 9 o'clock, and it's one of the reasons why I ended up losing that job. And this was just before my accident.
Uh,
It was insane.
she didn't want to leave, or she wanted to, like,
Yeah,
she thought the whole place belonged to her and work out.
yeah. Her and her friend, they just wanted to just post there and talk, And it was 9:05, and I was handling some other business before I had to go close the gym. I was like, oh shit, it's 9:05. I have to go, lock the gym. And they were there, and they refused to leave. And I said, I went back and forth with them for a few minutes. Eventually I said, get the fuck out of here. I was just mad. And then uh,
I would have been mad too.
yeah, and then about a week later, I have to go into the gym in daytime, early evening daytime for something, and she's there with a lot of her classmates that are having gym class, right? And she said something smart ass to me in front of the whole class, and they all started laughing. And I was like, "Don't worry, I forgive her. She's been sucking dick since she was 2." And then they all laughed their asses off. I was mad. I wasn't taking shit from nobody. I didn't care if I lost my job.
Good for you.
Yeah, I've
Holy
always been that way. I've always been a nonconformist. Always. It's just the best way
life's
to
too
go.
short. Gotta be you.
Exactly. Oh my god. So how about you? Have you had any bad experiences with anybody at conventions?
Uh, one from the Walking Dead.
I'm not a
I'm not
fan of
gonna
that.
tell you her name. I'll tell you her name later. But
I'm not a fan.
yeah, that was basically the only one.
Yeah, I'm not a
Very
fan.
rude.
I'm not a fan of that show.
Very.
But um, let's see. I met Charles Fleischer, who did the voice of Roger Rabbit once. He was an asshole, and I expected it because he's a stand-up comedian, and I've interviewed a lot of his contemporaries that he started out with at the Comedy Store. And told me he can be an asshole. Um, I've had a couple bad experiences with Caroline Williams from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Oh my God, she is pure evil. I mean, really evil. You would not believe the amount of people who want to claw her eyes out, and they will never say it to her face. and
She looks like she's nice, though. I don't know.
she's
Looks
nice at the
cute, I
signing
guess.
table, but away from the table, she shows her true colors of what a phony she is.
Wow.
Yeah. And Barbara Magnolfi from Suspiria. I went back and forth with her for a year when I first started this podcast to interview her, and she just kept saying, "Oh, let's do it this month," and she would say it on the first of every month. Let's do it next month.
Mhm.
Did it for like 9 months. I met her at a convention um, that summer, and she was really rude to me and my mother. It was really awkward and weird. And then I decided to give her the benefit of the doubt one more time. And then she said, talk to my agent or something, right? And I said, fuck you, bitch.
Mhm.
And now that agent, he's been trying to frickin' cancel me, from what I've been told. And so many people have like stopped talking to me in the horror community because of it. Because about a month ago, I had to deal with him with somebody else, not knowing that he was the manager of this person I was trying to get. And yeah, I'm very confident I'll be all right though.
Aw.
Yeah, I have more drama in the horror community than I do with any other genre. I get so much love and praise from the cult movie, Comic Con, stand up comedy, um, porn, music. Everybody loves me, but the horror genre, I have so much drama.
Aw. Well, you don't have any drama with me, so we're cool.
Well, I'm talking about the stars, not the fans.
Hey, I am a star in my own head.
Yes, you are a star, but I do
No,
have.
I was very flattered that you wanted to interview me. I was like, what are we gonna talk about? I have nothing. A stay-at-home mom, boring.
I've
Doing virtual school with the kids, boring.
I've interviewed a
Apparently,
lot.
my kids aren't doing any classes because I've been getting called from the vice principal, the
Yeah.
head teachers. I'm like, seriously, you're skipping school right in front of my face.
Wow.
I'm on break.
I've interviewed a lot of people who are horror fans and stuff, right? And a lot of them are jealous of me. It seems like whenever I talk about things I've accomplished and stuff. But
Mhm.
you're way different though. You just have such a good heart that you wear on your sleeve.
Shh, don't tell anyone. I'm supposed to be a big bitch. I can be. I can be.
Oh,
Just ask my kids.
we all can. We all can.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to be, though. There's too
Yes.
many people that want to take advantage.
So many
It's
people
just
want.
like, yeah, it's like ridiculous.
It's crazy. That's why I have drama with the horror community because they deal with that stuff all the time. I get lumped into the typical fan category. And once I
Yeah.
realized that they were doing that, I stopped, posting, you know, comments of quoting lines from their movies and like doing the happy birthday greetings with pictures of us and stuff. I stopped doing
Hmm.
that because I didn't want to be lumped in that. But every once in a while, if I'm really close to the person, I'll still do that. But I'm not going to do it with everybody because I just don't want to be thought of in that way.
I do like birthday postings and stuff for like different, but like the ones that I like,
Hmm.
the people that I grew up watching, and because I mean, there's really nothing else to do during the quarantine. It's um, like I don't know. It feels like you're just biding your time. Sometimes you're just waiting on something.
What
I don't
during
know how to
quarantine?
explain it.
You
With the
mean
routine of life, it's just do you get like the kids are on Zoom most of the day, and I have really nothing to do but sit there and watch to see if they're going to class, and so I'm always on my phone posting. I'm sure you noticed all the memes I post.
Of course, that's why I
It's
mentioned
just
in the intro. You post the most inappropriate memes, and that's why I fell in love with you.
so many memes, so many memes. I've had people unfollow me and unfriend me because I post too many memes. It's like it's annoying to some people, but I'm like, fuck you, it's my page.
It can get annoying if I'm not in the mood. But most of the time, I just laugh my ass off when I see what you post.
Yeah, I do it to make people laugh, make them forget. Some people are having a crappy day most of the time. They're like, look on Facebook and look at politics or religion or something. I'm like, look at memes. funny memes. Just laugh. Like, forget about stuff for a minute.
Yeah. So, are you dating anybody right now?
I've been with the same guy for 21 years.
21 years. Wow, that is amazing. Like,
Yeah, he won't leave.
what's the key to the longevity of the relationship?
Honestly, he works out of town a lot. I tell him that does a lot. Is if he was here 24 hours a day, every day, I don't think we would last. I'm too set in my ways, and he knows it.
Oh my God, I am friends with so many women whose husbands are out of town a lot. I have noticed. There's this female comedian in L.A. Who works in the kitchen at the Comedy Store. Her name is Joy, and she is freaking hilarious. She has a husband who's in the Navy, I believe, and he's always out of town. Every time we did a podcast before quarantine, he was always out of town. And now that they're in quarantine, they have their own podcast, and I just listen to them talk like two old friends and talk about the most disgusting dark shit. Stuff that should be in your memes. It's so inappropriate, and I don't know what it is. Like women who have husbands out of town just love me, and they gravitate toward me for some reason.
You're fun.
Oh, I try to be.
Fun guy.
Yeah, I try to be. Um, I went through a dark period where I was drinking and just being a real asshole, and I've just been trying to make up for it since I got out of the hospital 6 years ago.
Hmm.
And
Well, you're doing great.
I hope so. I mean, a lot of people who knew me before I started my podcast and before the accident, a lot of them are being naysayers and stuff, but I do have, some supporters from before, and I've met so many supporters. It's
Hmm.
incredible.
Well, like I told you before, you can't please everybody.
Yeah,
Not everybody's, every, like most people are really, they're just stuck in their own ways. They don't want to change. They don't want to, embrace anything new. They're just like, like, what's the point?
I know,
I know a lot of people that are like that.
I know.
It's like a lot of them, like, when are you going to grow up? Never. I'm not. I like me. I like the way I am. I'm like John Kennedy. I like me.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, oh my God, it's just like they feel like that they're permanently broken, like they can't change. And
Yeah.
they can, but they just don't want to put the work
They
in.
just don't want to.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And some people, they have an intervention. It's hard to get a family intervention or a friend intervention, but like if something life changing, like what I had, a car accident happens, then, that's when they wake up. You know.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it has to come to something like that for them to change.
Yeah, I
You
mean, I
know?
don't want that to happen to anybody, but it does happen. It does happen. So, what are your like favorite horror movies of all time?
My favorite of all time. I love The Children. Do you remember that one?
The Children.
Children. It's like with the school bus, the toxic waste, the kids with the little black nails. They kind of like burn at touching.
The Children. Is it a trauma film?
No, it's not. It's a 1980s film.
I gotta look that
Um,
one up.
yeah, the 1981 because they made a remake and that one sucked. I hate that they remake everything.
I know. Oh God, it's so
They
terrible.
have no freaking imagination anymore.
Yeah,
Did you watch the Wonder Woman
I
movie?
saw the new one. Yeah, I thought it was pretty
What did
cool.
you think about it?
You take
I
you,
liked it, but I
mhm.
was like, they could have done so much with the freaking soundtrack. They didn't have like anything.
You take the Wonder Woman story and combine it with the Jewel of Denial. That's what you get with that movie.
Right?
Oh wait, I just looked up the Children. Yes, I was right. It is a trauma film. Now they own it.
Oh, it is?
They yeah they
Okay.
they own it now. Yeah, I'll check it out though.
Oh, I love that movie. Like nobody remembers it. Nobody. And I'm trying like, well, you can't tell too much to them if they haven't seen it or if they're going to want to see it because you kind of ruin the whole thing. But I mean, it's good. And then the ending. Oh my god, the ending I loved.
Okay, don't spoil it for me.
I'm not.
Spoiler alert. Yeah. What else do you like?
Let's see. Tacos, beer,
I mean, in
everything that keeps life interesting.
no, I mean in horror films though.
What other horror film I like, or what do you
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. Like, do you have a list?
Oh, I love them all. The Burning,
Yeah,
of course, the Friday the 13th movies, uh, the Zero Boys.
I
I
love the
like
Zero
that one
Boys.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um, there's just too many.
yeah.
My favorite movies with awesome soundtracks: Purple Rain, Last
Hmm.
American Virgin. Oh, The Last American Virgin. I love that movie.
I love the
You ever seen it?
Last American Virgin is my favorite teen movie ever, and I'm trying to remember how old I was. I must have been 10 when I saw it. And when I went through puberty, going to middle school, me and my friends, we reenacted the dick measuring scene. I've told that to Diane Franklin and Kimmy Robertson. They think it's hilarious. They're like, "Did you win, Tommy? Did you win?" No, I didn't.
Did you?
No,
Damn.
I didn't. Oh, so yeah, The Burning. You should hear my interview with Shelley Bruce from that movie. It's hilarious. She was Annie on Broadway when it was first, going on, and to hear her laugh at inappropriate humor, it's really funny.
You're like, Annie's laughing at that.
Yeah. Oh, that's one of the things I love about doing this podcast. I have found out that so many people I love that have a sick sense of humor like I do, and it always makes my day and makes my
And they don't
interview.
look like they do, right?
Absolutely, when I first started the
Like they look
show.
like a school teacher. Don't talk like that in front of them.
Yeah, I remember when I first started the show, right? I would ask people in advance if they were easily offended, and they were like, "Have you seen the movies I've made?" Of course I'm not. Yeah. Oh my God, so many people I've interviewed, they love my dirty jokes and stuff.
So is this gonna be your last year doing this?
I've been saying that, since I started. I don't know. It could very well be, if, if we can find a cure and I can do other things, and see what goes on. I mean, if I meet my fill of interviews, then yes, it will be my last year. But we just gotta see, see the roll of the dice. But I do figure that, the end is near for me in this podcast, and I may do another one in the future, but we shall see. It all depends on many factors.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to get past 10 after when I first started this, and now it's 1026, 126.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Damn.
it's just I've been just cranking them out. Living in the countryside of California, you really don't have anything to do, and I just been doing one after another and stuff. It's made me gain a lot of weight, and I've been back on my diet again, trying to get it done. I need to weigh myself in the next day or two. It's been a few weeks, but yeah, I mean, this has just been a miracle. I mean, I'm using cheap technology, but I'm having fun with it.
Yeah.
You know. And going back to the
It's
dating
very
thing,
cool.
I want to be celibate until I find success.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
Does that even mean self love?
no, it doesn't include that. I, I had so much fun in my 20s and early 30s leading up to the accident that I just don't really have a desire to sleep around anymore. I just want to focus on this and the future, and if I can add, things to the mix, like there's a few podcast guests that I won't name who want to sleep with me next time I'm in LA, and I may make it
Oh,
happen, but it just depends on if we can get this pandemic under control.
yeah, that's what I'm waiting for too to see if they're gonna get it under control.
Yeah, I mean a lot of people are getting the shots.
Yeah. Well, over here they're still on the phase A. It's for
Hmm.
the older people. Um, so we're trying to get on a list and see what what you need, what you need to do. Um, I'm still iffy about the shots though.
Hmm.
My sister had a really bad reaction to it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
She had to take 3 days. Yeah, she had to take 3 days off of work, and then another friend, her face swelled up. You
Oh,
know, and it's like, yeah, it's,
that
I
is
don't know.
that is terrible. Yeah. Um, not no nobody. I mean, there's been a few people I know who've gotten it, but like luckily, no family members have gotten it,
Hmm.
which is a miracle.
Yeah. Um, we've had a couple of people that caught it and aren't with us anymore. So, mm,
Yeah, we had low numbers for a few months. We only had one person in this town who got it, and then by summer, about 70 people got it, and I don't know what the number is now. I'm hoping it's
mhm,
lower. I hope so.
yeah. I'm just like, I don't know. Yeah, this thing is crazy. Like, I'm so tired of being home. So tired of everything. It's just, it takes a toll on you. And then, like, the kids, you know,
Hmm.
I don't let them really do anything or go anywhere too much. If I go to the grocery store, I usually go by myself. You know,
Hmm.
my daughter's got a bad habit of she touches a lot of stuff, so I don't want her touching anything. But I don't know. And then I turn around and you see people with no mask and nobody's getting sick there. I'm just like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
It's just kind of weird that some people get it right away and other people like nothing.
Yeah, Beatrice Bopley, who played Amanda Kruger in Nightmare on Elm Street 5, she just messaged me as we started our interview because because she said that they're having a snowstorm in New York and she's going to be inside all day. She's like, if you want to do the podcast later today, we can. She said, when the pandemic first started, she was like, she did a movie called Quarantine back in the late 80s, and she's like, wow, I can't believe a movie I made is imitating life right now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is. It is. So we gotta play my secret silly game.
What is that?
This is a series of silly slumber party questions. They border on
Uh-huh.
risque, but they're not really. And how it works is I ask you the question, you answer it, and then you ask me the exact same question, I answer it, and you can comment on answers.
Okay.
Okay, Lisa, are you ticklish?
Yes, I am. Are you ticklish?
Yes. I've been known to hit people in the groin. I'm so ticklish.
That's my daughter does that.
Really?
You can sneak up on her and she'll be like, what? And then all of a sudden you feel a punch.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to love you.
What's your favorite part of the
Baby.
body? It could be anything.
Uh, lips.
Lips. That was a good.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that's the first thing you see when you're talking to people.
Right.
You notice their lips. Most people notice eyes. I don't. I notice lips. What's the first thing you notice?
Um, I mean, the face in general is what I notice, but my favorite part of the body is the belly button.
The belly button?
Yeah.
Why?
I had a girlfriend when I was 6 years old who used to let me play with her. She had an Audi, and she used to let me play with it. We'd be watching a movie in class with the lights turned off, right? And we'd be in the back of the class, and she'd be letting me play with it and stuff. And it's always had that kind of sentimental value to me, you know? I just like, she was the girl that got away.
But you were 6.
I know, but it's just like that's where the fetish developed, at 6 years old, you know?
Wow.
And it's a middle ground between being a private part and a non-private part. And the reason why TV did not allow belly buttons to be shown on TV back in the day was because they thought it was an enticement for above and below the belly button.
Oh, okay. Like
Yeah,
Gilligan's Island.
genie. Yeah,
Yeah, Jenny.
it was that's why they did that. What color are your toenails painted?
Nude.
Yeah,
And what color are yours painted?
the same. Au naturel. What would you say is your best personality trait?
My best personality trait?
Yes.
Hmm. I don't know. I never really thought about it. Uh, I get along with everybody. Is that a
Right.
trait?
Yeah, it is. You're very
I
personable,
mean, I, yeah, I don't look down on people. Treat everybody the same,
right?
which is probably good or bad. I don't know.
Yeah. For me, I have empathy and I have no filter.
I try to have a filter. You're laughing at me.
It's
I
hilarious.
do. I try. I try so hard. People are just so stupid sometimes. Oh my goodness.
if uh, if this is too personal, you can decline it. A couple people have, but what's your favorite place to have a quickie in?
Hmm. Now or when I was younger?
It don't matter.
When I was younger, it was anywhere.
Yeah.
Now it's like I don't give a shit. I was seriously like, okay, quarantine, 2020. You're stuck 24 hours a day with kids. Do you really think I'm in the fucking mood? I don't fucking think so.
Yeah.
Like, don't even look at me. He's like, a quickie? Fuck your quickie. Go away.
Me, I love the back of a movie theater when I could actually get away with it in my 20s. Um, I talk to a lot of Canadians, right? They love doing it in nature, and I did it in nature one time, and a deer walked past us. I wonder, I wonder if that
Was
deer.
it almost a threesome?
Yeah. Oh God, that's disgusting. You get Lyme disease. And I've also talked to a lot of actors who said they like to do it before or after a performance backstage.
Backstage.
Yep, in the dressing room.
Okay.
And
That's
then,
not too kinky, though.
oh, I am. And then my favorite question: is there a stinky smell that just makes you gag?
A stinky smell that makes it. You know what? The only thing that really makes me gag is in the MD 2020, the grape. MD 2020.
The
I
grape?
don't know. Yeah, the grape one. That smell. Oh my god. I can't. I can't. The smell I cannot take.
That's interesting.
That. I think it's from drinking too much when I was younger. Because that's like that. I cannot. Ugh. No, thank you. Oh, and I think dry blood is kind of second to that.
Dry blood.
Dry blood. You know, like when, okay, like you skin your knee or something. My son,
Right.
he ran and he fell, skinned his knee, I put a Band-Aid over it. We cleaned it a little bit, but you know how like the pus and the blood mix and
Yeah.
you know, you peel off the Band-Aid and that smell comes up. That's the second.
Yeah.
Too graphic?
No. I get what you're saying. The other day, my toe was bleeding because I was cutting the nail and I cut it too deep, I guess, and I did notice they had a peculiar odor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try that with the kids. Yeah.
For me, it's either farts or feet.
Feet or farts?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, now I know not to invite you over. It's all my kids' room right now. You walk in there, all I smell is ass and balls. 2 boys, a
Hey.
17-year-old and a 12-year-old.
Hey, you said keep it PG-13.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just playing with you. Yeah, I got a couple jokes for you.
Okay.
What did one burp say to the other?
I do not know.
Next time, let's be stinkers and go out the back.
Oh, I love a good fart joke.
Everybody remembers the old nursery rhyme. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many kids she didn't know what to do. What did her right leg say to her left leg?
I don't know.
Nothing. They never met. I told that joke to this woman who was a zombie in Dawn of the Dead, Susan Cosgrove. She was the cross what's it called, the crosshairs zombie. You know, when Ken Fore's got that target, you know, thing. You know, when he's looking through the target and you see the zombies. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, she's the female one. I told her that joke. Oh god, she thought it was pretty funny. I told her a whole slew of jokes, and after like the 4th joke, she was like, "Okay, Tommy, I've had enough."
She was like, "I'm cutting you off."
She was a news reporter in Pennsylvania for many years. She's a journalist, and she happened to be a friend of George Romero's. That's how she got in the movie.
Oh, okay.
She was like
That's
a local.
cool.
She was like a local celebrity, you know, who got in the movie and stuff. I've interviewed so many of those zombies from Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, and they're pretty good people. Very hard edged because they're from Pennsylvania, you know, but they are really good people.
Cool.
Well, Lisa, it was such an honor to take your podcast virginity today.
Thank you. Thank you. Wouldn't have it with anybody else.
Just remember to pee when we hang up.
I don't have to go yet, but I'll let you know.
Oh my god. So yes, thank you so much, and I hope everything is okay with your kids, and stay safe, you know, and I'll talk to you and stuff, and I'm gonna give you my cell phone number so you can call me anytime.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for wanting to interview me.
Absolutely. And you have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Okay.
And don't forget to do the other podcast with the other
Oh,
person.
I'm going to message her right now.
All right. Keep up the good work.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Well, there you have it. Lisa Perez. Ain't she a sweetheart? Oh my God. I'm so glad that we got to talk today. She's so funny, has such a great sense of humor, and I'm glad that we are virtual friends. Hopefully someday I'll meet her. Well, until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying there's no shame in living in the past because the present sucks. Later, dudes.